Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. We have for you the opening race of the Zelda 2 Randomizer 2024 Standard Tournament. This is a Swiss round 1 matchup between aaron2u2 and jkoper. I am VT Slacker, your restreamer and tracker, and joining me in the tracking booth is Sheep, and I'm going to pass it over to our commentators, Star and Mirai. Take it away, you two.
Hi everyone, how are you doing, Mirai?
I am doing mostly well. Opening day Zelda 2 Randomizer Tournament. Excitement for sure. Afternoon race. Yeah, should be a good one. Aaron and jkoper here.
Yep, this should be a pretty fun match. Opening match of our standard tournament for the year. This is our annual full tournament here. Pretty regular old flags. If you haven't seen this before, Zelda 2 Randomizer randomizes the items and the spells and the map as well as the palace layout. Should be an interesting adventure as always here. Both runners been around a while. Cooper, a long time mainstay of the randomizer community. Aaron, newer to the randomizer, but has been around the speedrun side for quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if anyone in chat has questions, please let us know, because we're about to get going here. And yes, that is a triangle spray for Cooper. Looks like we have a vanilla-like map probably here. Hammer Block Cave right next to Star, and that's 3 or 6 there. Looks like we're in the northeast corner. And
Yeah.
wall of rock there, so we're not going west that way at least.
Aaron in what looks like Parappa Cave there. I think that's Parappa Cave. Probably doesn't go anywhere.
Probably.
Maybe
well,
not.
It might not. I
Yeah.
think I see the other side of it on Aaron's screen there. Got one of our item caves for Cooper. Let's see what this has. And here is Stonehenge for the heart container. Well, can't complain too much. Vanilla-like map means we're probably going to be doing quite a bit of hiking. Yeah, that's the other side for Parappa Cave. I'm pretty sure there for Aaron on the left side, so that probably goes to that. It doesn't look like it goes anywhere useful. Life 2 for both runners, and there's a child for Cooper.
Okay.
That Pastor Cave led not much of a video particularly notable for Aaron. I did miss if that was a hint, and we do have a bridge tile here. Trophy Cave.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm here. I'm here. Hello, everyone. Yeah, crossing Trophy Cave.
Cooper just following Aaron down the eastern coast, essentially. Just a 50-point P-bag for Aaron. Game's not being terribly generous with experience right now. And there's the other, no, SP1. I'm lost. Right.
Yeah, my apologies. I did miss what was on the grass tile. Was that just a 50 bag?
Grass tile was a heart container.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And our bridge takes us to the southern end of Maze Island. Okay.
Yeah, sort of a windy vanilla-like here. A lot of mountains for vanilla-like.
Yeah, you're pretty much we can't go to. We started in the northeast corner, can't go to the northwest corner because there's a wall of mountains in the way. So instead, we're heading down the eastern coast, basically. And we've already found all 3 palaces here. Aaron approaching the 3rd, and Cooper deciding to up A out of wherever it was he was just a minute ago. Gonna have to work his way back down the coast. And there's Palace 5 here, is our final palace on the west.
Surrounded by a large chunk of swamp, I will say. One of my favorite
very large
terrains.
swamp.
Just apologies to everyone. I was having some technical difficulties on my side, so I was kind of catching up here. We've got things in order now, so all good, all good, all good. We're in these great Dyra encounters in the overworld here. 150 for the oranges. I didn't see how much for the reds. We just saw Aaron kill one.
Didn't catch it either. We're looking to grind up some experience here.
Okay, 150 for both. Not bad at all. Might be worth a quick grind if you feel you can get some. Oh, that looks like a grass tile actually. So that's.
That is a heart container. Yes, I mentioned earlier.
No, where the encounter was. I thought it was a swamp encounter.
Ah, okay, yeah. And 500 point P-bag is a nice drop here for Aaron. Cat says they saw a 200 bag off of Mew earlier as well. And we finally got our second town. We've seen all three palaces. The town's a little in short supply. Mito has jump in it today. Okay.
Yeah, jkoper going through Parappa Cave here, as Aaron had seen the back of it already, so we know it's not too much of a help. But he's going to see King's Tomb here, and he's going to see that bridge. We'll see if he further checks out the maze.
We'll see here in a minute. He's going to first find Trophy Cave. And Pillar P-bag Cave is a death for Aaron.
There's a 500 bag for jkoper. And keys in the drop pool. Wow, very plentiful drop pool here.
Very much so. Cross for jkoper. And a flute. Okay.
All right, well, we've got the, what I like to call like the East starter pack, kind of, flute and cross. We're just kind of missing the hammer. Because if you get all three of those things, you're safe from invisible Moas and you're safe from any blocks in the East then.
Speaking of a hammer, I'm trying to think if we've seen, I think there might, because we saw a hammer block cave near start, and I'm thinking that might be an item cave. I don't think we've seen, I think the only north-facing cave we saw was the backside of a connector. Oh, Cave 2 Maze Island as well here for jkoper. I did not catch where this cave was.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Right there, I guess.
Yeah, we also saw the raft on the maze there, so looking like bridge and cave from west to maze, and probably raft required to go east or DM from that point.
And assume so, we're running out of connectors at this point, as there's Saria here in the far west. And jkoper found Rauru, I'm not quite sure where, as Fairy is in Saria. Okay. Thankfully, this is the front side. I have to go find Bago for the other side, because for this, because looks like the other side is on the other side of the lake, which we might not be able to get to, given the layout of this map.
Yeah, the boots are in the east, according to the hint that was at the beginning of the town, so unless Fairy is castable. But like you say, that boulder blocked cave could just be Heart Container Cave, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I think we're missing 2 item caves. We've seen 4 items, one of which is on Stonehenge. Okay, Rauru just kind of out in the middle of nowhere particular. I did not catch which spell was in Rauru for jkoper.
Oh, there is a cave on the other side of Saria there.
We haven't seen the northwest corner at all of the map here, because there's a wall of mountains to the west of Start up in the northeast there, so that could be an interesting cave. We don't really know right now because we haven't really gotten eyes on it. And Chess says it was life in Rauru, thank you. We also haven't seen Rudo yet, as we find a raft here. jkoper.
Yeah, I was
back in here just for some level grinding.
I was just
here already.
Was just about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure he was in here, and I think he's just going for this orange Dyra.
Yeah, and Fairy is now castable, 63 there at Magic 3.
That means it won't be for jkoper just yet.
Nope. It does mean he might go and take a look. He's gonna get down sap here. I wonder if he might check the other side of Saria and see what that cave is up there. I think that's too far west to be the other side of the Hammer Block Cave.
Yeah, it's probably
I'm not sure what that is.
probably some pass-through that takes us up to a completely walled-in Rudo.
Probably at this point. And nope, Aaron decides just gonna FA. He doesn't. Cooper kind of went north and west from start. Aaron went east immediately, so I think Aaron's gonna head kind of westerly and find out that he's a bit mountain blocked over on the western over here. As you can see the northwest corner, but it's an item cave here, so you can't actually get over there from this side. I do believe it does look like I think going across Saria might, without boots, might be the only way over there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cooper not able to cast Fairy here coming into Mido, or maybe he's just mistaken that he can. 67 at Magic 2. Never mind. I guess that was Magic 1.
Yep, it is castable, proving you wrong there. I wasn't quite sure myself, I didn't say anything. But that's down to Cooper.
Yeah, I didn't realize Aaron was at Magic 1 when he picked it up and got 2 levels in that cave.
Right, I'm currently thinking about our western continent landmarks. We're missing our last item cave, we're missing a pass-through, and we're missing Rudo. And I think the item cave is hammer blocked, and I think the other pass-through is next to Saria back end, and then Rudo's somewhere up there in the northwest at this point.
This fairy cave is very nice. 450 experience from 3 Dairas right here as you land. Downstep making this pretty easy. I wonder if we'll try to farm this for a second. It's a little far away from any resettable points though. Or maybe not, there's a palace right there.
No, this is P3 or 6 is right here, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron opting not to do that though.
3, 3, 4 is not too bad levels wise, and I think he wants to go do some more overworld exploration. Although at this point, do you go hike over to the northwest corner by way of Saria, which is a pretty long trip, to find Rudo, or do you just go to Maze Island at this point?
I would probably. I think the only way that could pay off is if something is like Rudo Reflect and that trophy's going to be buried somewhere stupid, and you'll have that information then. But otherwise, that's going to be quite a long route, especially because if that's a pass-through, it is now going to be Jump Cave. That's 3 screens of Saria, 3 screens of Jump Cave, and then whatever else is up there in the northwest corner.
Yeah, it's not going to be fast.
Yeah, Cooper got the raft though, out of I guess I don't remember where he got it from. One of the item caves right around here on the west. Aaron has not seen that just yet.
Nope, Aaron did miss the cave. That's one of the things with vanilla-like maps is, they can be pretty open-ended, so it's easy to just never quite walk within eyesight of an item. And I just don't think Aaron walked past whichever cave that was. I don't remember where it was either. I just know it was somewhere down south.
Yeah, I wonder if jkoper's going to step into the maze anytime soon here. Or maybe not. Maybe he's still got a little bit of exploration left. Both these runners are, of course... I say that as Aaron is going to be the first to do it. Or he has now seen the cave, actually. I'm sorry. He thought it was just bridge before. Now he's seen the cave.
Yep. And hey, first item right next to the cave is a P-Bag. 500 points is nice, at least. If we're going to approach the maze from the bridge here, since he's closer to that.
Oh wow, there's a cave and a raft here.
Okay, so Maze Island's just connected central straight into. That looks like either a volcanic or mountainous east. Too early to say which at a glance.
That is going to be a mountainous or caldera. Yeah, Death Mountain, because we're in Hammer Cave.
Okay, yeah, proving me wrong.
Cooper stepped in. He's like, "Oh wait, this is immediately Hammer Cave. I'm going to go do this."
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Man, all this experience all over the place. I'm sure both these runners are loving this. 150-point Dairas.
Yep.
Both of them got the life spell as well, but probably still a little pricey at Magic 3.
Yeah, and that does confirm his chat notes that Raft does lock the east, which Aaron hasn't yet found. It's somewhere around the west, but neither of us can actually remember where that cave was. This might be it, come to think of it.
Yeah, I think this is it. I couldn't remember whether we've seen We haven't seen Magic Container, and we haven't... that might be it? Magic Container Cave? That might be our boulder-blocked cave there in the west.
I believe that. Whatever, I don't remember which of the item caves is the one we're missing, but it is boulder block, I'm pretty sure at this point. Intentional jump in lava there for Cooper to get his magic back. And there's the raft for Aaron. And yes, raft is confirmed the east because they've seen all the other connectors. Cave by Saria, no, nobody's checked that one, heading north. It has to lead up to the northwest corner at this point, and Rudo is most likely up there unless we got lost.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're probably just going to rely on the... Well, okay, again, I'm saying things and then Aaron is doing things differently. Okay, well, Aaron looks like he may actually be traveling across Saria here to go see what is up in that northwest corner.
There's no reason for him to be doing... for any other reason for him to go across Saria again like this, yes.
Well, I was about to say that I think we're probably just going to leave that northwest corner until we have the boots off the east, since they both have the hint, and then Aaron walks into Saria to prove me wrong here.
Yep. Yeah, Fairy is just barely castable by the thinnest of margins for Aaron right now, 63 points. And Cooper back on Base Island is going to go take that raft now, having cleared Hammer Cave. Spec Rock doesn't seem to be readily accessible, and we're on the east. That's a very, very colorful 3 or 6, and that's a River Devil. Good thing I have a fluke.
Yeah, also look on the islands
this
here.
Looks like...
Or
that's
Canyon.
Islands.
Canyon, I think.
I'm not sure which one this is. Yeah, actually. Okay, yeah, you are correct. This is a slightly weird-looking canyon east. Alright, nice save from Cooper. Aaron heading through Jump Cave.
Yeah, that was almost 2 deaths for Cooper in that lava encounter there.
Yeah. We do have Valley of Death sighted, which is nice. That can be a little funny to find at times in canyon biomes. And just a 50-point P-bag for Cooper. And... oh, nope, no Rudo. Where is Rudo, actually?
Might still be boots locked. That looked like there was still a good bit of water up there. It could be like a little sliver of land attached to some mountain that Rudo's chilling on.
I think we saw the other side of that body of water from the eastern side. It's possible, yeah, it might be boots locked somewhere goofy on the west. It's good knowledge, at least for Aaron, if Rudo turns out to be required. We are still missing Thunder and Reflect, so there's a chance of one of them is in there, but we're not seeing that for a while. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, so good.
It's also possible that Rudo just might be somewhere in the middle of the map and neither of them quite walked past it, with Vanilla like being so open-ended. Park container on desert tile for Cooper.
Well,
and there's Nukasudo in the northwest. Wait, I missed what spell that was.
It's Reflect, so Rudo not going to be really... Well, I'm sorry, where's Thunder? Do we know where Thunder's at?
Nope.
Okay, so Rudo still could be Thunderspell.
And Granny wants 7 magic jars today, so we are not getting that item anytime fast.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the second item on the maze yet. We've just saw that P-bag.
We have not. Chat says we saw Rudo on the south side of Jump Cave. I have no idea where Jump Cave was, Angel, I'll be honest, but okay. No, boots are still good boots. They do unlock on all water once we find them. We just haven't found them. This Maze Island layout very unfriendly for getting to the palace here for Aaron. We know this is going to be P2 or P4. We've seen both 3 and 6, as well as P1 and P5.
Aaron trying to take on the Blueless Alpha here for 150 experience, same as the Dyras. Also Coper and Risen P-Bag Cave here.
And there's our boots.
Well, that is going to open up our River Canyon. It's going to open up Maze Island to be a little bit faster for Coper. It's going to open up all of the west, so that's kind of a big deal here.
Yeah,
Although-
River Devil was required today. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he? Over that that land bridge.
Yep. And that is P2 on Maze Island. And there's the other item just north of it.
The maze not paying out today.
No,
Although-
not really there.
Aaron may like the candle.
I mean, there's worse items to find, as I completely missed what Coper just picked up.
I believe it was a pea bag on the water tower
Thank
there.
you. And we do find Old Casuto now.
P2 is on the maze as well here.
And Old Casuto has spell.
Yeah, so what do we got? We've got basement for 7, we've got now the spell tower, and we've got sunken still left on the east.
And the brewer here right next to Old Casuto. Coper not bothering to read the sign, just going to go and get the spell. And Aaron's going to head east now on his side. I have no idea how much spell costs. Did not catch the menu for Coper. And Aaron seeing this eye-searingly bright P3 or 6. That's going to be fun to look at later. And there's Thunder for Coper, so that's almost nothing to worry about.
Yeah, so
Which means that Fire and Shield are between Rudo and Darunia.
yeah, Rudo not going to save the day here in terms of being. Well, see, I don't know if we saw it. On the other side of Jump Cave should have been Saria, because it was like Saria to Jump Cave and then to the northwest section, but I don't know. If
I don't
the runners
remember
did
seeing
see it.
Rudo over there. Chad apparently did.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a trapdoor spite for Coper. A second P-Bag Cave hard boots locked, it looks like, for Coper.
Yeah, if we've got Aaron's gonna get his boots soon enough here, and if we've got if we've got a glove just sitting in the open, then this is Aaron's not gonna be that far behind, and it's really gonna come down to potentially just palace routing and boss fights.
I think so, because at this point, yeah, Aaron a couple of minutes behind Coper on Eastern Exploration, because he explored more of the West and Maze Island, but otherwise, there's nothing really. It's impossible to miss these items for Aaron here on the East.
Yeah.
He will get them. He's just a couple minutes behind on that. But anything can change and can and will change here. I think Coper might still be trying to find our last palace on the East. We know there's one by the raft. We know there's obviously a Valley of Death, and I don't think we found the third. We also have Darunia, which is Shield, confirming that Fire is in Rudo today. Chadbird boots are somewhere around the east here, somewhere up north. Aaron should run into them soon.
Yeah, they're in Risen P-Bag Cave.
Sunken. No, not Sunken. Zero. Sunken was hard boots lock. We saw that a minute ago.
Yeah, Coper also getting the hint there that he saw a maze hint, and he got the bag. I believe he got the bag. If he got the bag, he got the bag, but he didn't get the second item. And so now he knows that that's a candle. So he doesn't... I mean, he's already got the glove. Or I guess that was right before he had the glove. None of that matters at this point, so... I think
Yeah.
Coper's just gonna press on and get into these palaces and go at this point.
Yep, no, he just picked up Upstep, and he's currently looking for the final palace on the east here, which will be P4 or GP. We haven't seen either. One of them is out in the open somewhere, and the other is on Valley of Death. Because this is 3 or 6, which is a very bright shade of lime green, and right next to the raft. The other 3 or 6 is on the west, and then 4 and GP are missing.
So, I don't know.
I'm not really sure where that other palace is, but Cobra is just gonna go dive into this P3 or 6 first, since he's here. Why not?
Well, I feel like Aaron maybe. Oh no, we were up here. I think this is sunken up here.
No. Yeah.
I mean, not sunken, risen.
Yeah, it should be just south of his current position.
Alright, well, immediate dead end to the right. Looks like we're headed left.
Yeah, it's pretty much just palace diving time for Cooper. I am currently trying to not look too hard at the screen because this is not my favorite palace color of all time. P3 or 6, for those wondering, we can tell the palaces apart primarily by the pillar style of the entrance. Although for palaces 3 and 6, their entrances are identical. We had to look at the windows, which tells us in this case it's P3. P6 is more prison bar type windows.
Yeah, and so far it's been linear, and P3 not being a very big palace, this shouldn't take very long at all. I think something like 15-ish rooms max for a P3. Or, okay, I guess it's not been linear, and I missed a junction somewhere because here's Rebo. So an even quicker P3 than I had anticipated.
Yeah, this is a very speedy one.
There are the boots for Aaron there.
Yep. Going to go for attack 5 here for Cooper. Where's he going? Oh, he doesn't have enough. Right, he doesn't have enough magic to cast Fairy. Because he's on Magic 3 and the Fairy is still 63 at Magic 3. I think Aaron's at Magic 4, but I haven't seen the menu to check what that was. Oh, there's the last palace, way up at the northern coast. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this high cost of Fairy could come back and bite our runners here.
Yeah. Cooper does have one more magic jar than Aaron because he did find Hammer Cave, but clearly that's not making any difference whatsoever. As here's P4.
Yeah, Cobra checked that cave before he checked the raft. I think Aaron just ended up checking the raft. Or, you know what? I guess they both checked the cave, and Aaron just didn't go any further into DM.
Think so, yeah, which really isn't a huge deal, but might matter later. Aaron not diving P4 just yet. It doesn't have a glove. We do know it's on the east, and he'll wander into it in the next couple of minutes. I believe it was the Hard Boots Locked Sunken P-Bag Cave, which is pretty accessible just on the coast. Or just on the river. And that's Cooper in the P4 here. And okay, this is glove here for Aaron.
Yeah, so that means GP is in Death Valley then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
GP's in Valley of Death. Palaces 1, 5, and 6 are on the west, and P2's on the maze.
Yeah, we'll see what Aaron does after this glove, if he starts diving palaces at this point. Probably.
I mean, I would. No real reason not to. There's nothing he needs to explore the overworld for. He's seen all his palaces, and he has everything he needs.
Wow, these palaces are pretty free so far for Koper.
Yeah, I did just get a look at the Thunder cost at Magic 3. It is 67, and I believe it's the same for Aaron. Hey, Sonny Wrath, how's the seed been? Pretty straightforward, nothing too wacky. Both runners are, well, Koper's about to take down his second gem, and Aaron's about to join him in the Palace Dives at this point. We did have a slight giggle here that River Devil is hard required, because the boots are north of his position, and we're very much required to navigate this east, but... ouch for Koper taking a death to Hard Karok, which is a new flag for this tournament.
Yeah, we've got high beams, low beams, and sine wave beams.
Yep. And Koper getting beamed in the head again.
Yeah, Life 4. Oh, I was going to say, whoa. I didn't want to speak. I just wanted to see if their fight was going to end before I said anything. Looks like Life 4 is... I mean, in Palaces, Life 4 could be a little low to jump in there, so... Looks like those beams are hitting pretty hard.
Yeah. Koper does get a second try, and he's going to have placed his second gem here. Aaron isn't far behind. Again, he is technically 2 gems down right now per the tracker, but we know Karok was pretty quick. And P3 was also was fairly linear and rather fast. Speaking of Karok, in fact, there it is for Aaron.
Yeah, I think the 2 deaths on Karok forced Koper to take that level. I wonder what he would have done. Well, the boss was so close to the start as well, but I do wonder if he would have maybe backed out of there and tried to get some experience to push beyond and get attack 6. But because he was so low on health and last life, probably just worth placing the gem and going.
Yeah, and Aaron also taking a death to Karok there. Koper never checked the Palace in Maze Island. He doesn't notice his GP.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So this is going to give Aaron a bit of time back, because he will not do this. Okay, and this time Aaron does take Karok down. I have no idea how many lives Koper has. That might be an issue.
He should be fully refreshed. He would have up-and-ated the Palace out of 4. Yeah, Aaron looked like he started diving Palaces about 4 to 5 minutes behind jkoper. I think jkoper was in the Palaces 24, 25 minutes, and Aaron was in 28 or 29 minutes into Palaces there. So, again, P4 was free and P3 was free. It's going to be hard to miss that. I think both of our runners are going to find these 2 bosses very quickly. So, no routing decisions just yet. P5, P6, maybe even P2 will come into play as to how fast these runners can clear those Palaces.
Yep. And no, Karok does not do that question in chat for the sine waves beams. That is a recent addition to the randomizer, so it's not a complete and utter cheese strat for Karok. And Koper finds a new sense GP. And at this point, he's just going to up A.
Yeah, I think that was worth the check.
It made sense from his perspective to go check it. It just wasn't it.
Maybe if he had done 4 in the north of the canyon and then done the 3 in the south of the canyon, he could have hit the raft tile back to the maze and checked the maze faster than Death Valley, but I don't know.
Yeah. He still does have a couple minute lead here. Aaron just getting into this P3 and dealing with a Doom Knocker. But it does give Aaron a bit of time back here. Hope we're not diving the 3 or no, that's P6 I think was my start. Deciding perhaps he wants a little bit better levels before he goes in there. As P1 is just north of his current position. Not sure where actually he is going right this second.
Yeah,
Because we've got, out of the 3 palaces on the west, P1's right next to the raft tile, and there's P5 and P6. I want to say P6, yeah, P5's in the southeast corner, P6 is by start.
Maybe he's doing, I mean, 5 is right here. Interesting.
Okay, skipping P6 and going for P5. Sure.
Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 6, and 5. 1, 2, 5, and 6 out there. We're doing 5 first.
Yep.
I mean, he's at attack 5. He's got shield, life 5 as well. It's, I mean, it's fine. It just...
It is. I'm just curious why since he skipped P6 just before this, does he find... glitchy sprites.
Good old pass-through horsehead. Wearing a Goomba suit. And wearing it incorrectly.
Yeah, for those who are curious why that happens, it's because of limitations with the sprite sheet. Scuba borrows some... Because in the vanilla game, you don't have a mini-boss in P5, so they borrowed part of the mini-boss, part of the sprite sheet, basically, because Goomba is such a big boss, and it results in, well, that visual glitch.
Item in 5 here.
Well, he's gonna check it out. Might be a magic jar, which would be nice. Or a heart container, which is, well, you are gonna be facing Goomba, so it could be worse to find.
Yeah, I do wonder, this magic container, is this gonna be something that gives jkoper sort of peace of mind, having a castable thunder, and really, you know, Aaron not having that right now? So is Aaron going to be looking for... if we come across just an item room that has a magic container, no big deal. But if we don't, I wonder where those are at this point. There's 3 more out there. We have 2 blocked spots by Hammer. You know, and then... I don't know. Is Aaron going to go dig it around DM? Are we going to find one? This could be something that is sort of a deciding factor. Thunder doesn't have to come down from 67 for a while.
No, it does not.
Or at all.
We did... I think it is still... Because I'm pretty sure it's still 67 at Magic 5. Shield for Aaron.
Yeah, just checked. Still 67 at Magic 5. Then again, when you see that, maybe he's going to start prioritizing some magic levels. I don't know.
Yeah, he's currently doing kind of just really more common leveling strata, pickup levels as you go, so he's at 4, 5, 6 right now. He's currently heading back to P2. And P5 is looking like, well, it's not a straightforward palace here for jkoper. We've seen a couple different junctions. He's currently in one of these open air rooms. And P2 for Aaron is a rather nice shade of purple.
Wow.
With a really, really, really free helmet head. Okay, game.
Yeah, again, like, you know, if we're not seeing item rooms in palaces, we're just going to see these bosses, and it's going to be boss and go, boss and go.
Yep. But that said, Fairy has dropped down to 31 at Magic 5, which is rather nice for Aaron.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a Tribal sprite for jkoper.
Alright, well, Aaron is done with the maze. Oh, he's going to do DM. No.
Thinking about it, no. So he's gonna go and take a look at Peace. He's gonna update back to the west. He is... you don't have a hammer, Aaron. Thinking about items for sure, but that is your final item cave on the west, Aaron. Unfortunately, you do not have a hammer, which might be at a palace, might be a new Kasuto. We haven't seen either. New pseudo item, because one of them is 7 magic container locked. I would not be surprised if the 8th magic container is locked behind the other 7. Game likes to do that sometimes.
Yeah. That's very true as well. So there would mean there's only 2 others out there that Koper hasn't found.
Yep. Because we're missing, out of our palace items, we've only seen the 1 out of P5. We have seen, 5 out of the 6 items on the west. We know the 6th is hammer blocked. Well, we've seen all 4 overworld items on the east. We no clue where Spec Rock is, and again, we don't have a hammer. And we've seen both items out of Base Island. So I think at this point, hammer is either in the spell tower, or if hammer's available, it's going to be either spell tower or a palace. And I have no clue what spell currently costs. Did not quite catch that menu for Koper, who does not look happy with himself over that lava bath.
Yeah.
Chat can't see it, but we can see Koper's face cam.
Yeah, there's 2 things at play here. Unfortunately, this is just a dead end, and he doesn't. He
does save
he'll see
himself
it here.
that time at least.
Yeah, he'll see it here, and I don't know if he'll up an A and try a different route in P5 or not. Or
I'm not sure where the last junction was here. Yes, he just takes a stare to think.
Yeah, because even for him, 48, Fairy at 48, still is just 1 cast per... Oh, he wants the 1740 level. Okay, that's what he's thinking about, coming back in for this P-bag.
Ah, gotcha. It looks like... no, this was P1 for Aaron. I was like, where is he? Because P1 and P2 are the same color, which threw me for a minute.
Yeah.
P1 also not being a particularly fast palace here.
So that 1740 level, I thought it was going to be Magic 5. It was Magic 5, so now Koper's got 2 casts of Fairy here.
Yep.
Oh, so Koper passed up the 1740, I see, and he got the Magic 5. Okay, chat corrected me yet again that Magic 5 was actually 1020, and that he passed up the 1740 from Life 6 to take Magic 5.
Yeah.
We're all on the same page now.
Yeah, and Aaron having to take a death.
Wow.
Yeah, Life 7, that's not happening, Aaron. Unable to get through that key door. And it's gonna go a different way here.
It could be a key in this room.
Well, I'm hoping for it here, and we do get one, so that's nice for Aaron. Yuma down for Koper, that's going to be his 3rd gem. Our runner is technically tied up on gems now, but we know P2 was very fast, P5 was anything but.
Yeah, P2 was completely free.
And another key door to the right there for Aaron, so forced to take this left since he's got way too much health to take a death to get his magic back, unfortunately. High fairy cost is not helping with anything, but does find an Iron Knuckle here to take the death now.
As jkoper walks into Palace 6.
Yep.
Item room immediately there for Koper, though. Not going to check it.
Nope. And I missed what Aaron just picked up there.
Who was the medicine?
Okay, well that unlocks jump, which is not particularly valuable.
I gotta take another death here.
Yep. also down to his last life, so that's gonna be.
Yeah, so
He's gonna have to if Horsehead is past his key block, he's going to have to hope that there's not another door between here and Horsehead because
yeah.
Otherwise he's gonna be in a bit of trouble. And he needs to not game over as well because this is his last life.
Yeah, so it looks like P6 is also pretty free.
Yeah, logged in and a minute later, oh, Barba.
The other thing about this is that there might actually be a jar in the other side. Aaron tried the right side of the room. There's
He
not
tried the left side as well.
Oh, did he? Okay. I was going to say there's never one in the right side of the room. There's only the left side.
That said, that was the last room of P1. I was thinking as well that we were about out of rooms in P1 because it's a pretty small palace and we'd seen a lot of rooms there.
Yeah.
And that is gem 4 for Aaron. Koper about to pick up his next gem. So Aaron's gonna head on down to P5 next. Magic 5 for him. 557 on his side, 556 for Koper. We'll see what level Koper takes out of P6. It's pretty close, yeah, Brian. The big concern right now for Aaron is that he is missing a magic jar that Koper picked up out of Hammer Cave, and Thunder is 67 magic right now at Magic 5. We don't know if it'll get cheaper at Magic 6, because it might not.
Yeah, we might start to see Aaron looking around for some item locations here in an attempt to find just one container.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I mean, I don't know how, we don't know what GP is going to be like. So if there's a lot of resource management in GP, you only get one. If we only have one other container for both of our runners here moving into GP, then you only get one cast of Thunder, and you really have to keep it slim on the rest of your Magic cast and usage up until Thunderbird if he's deeper into the palace. So
yeah,
still some shenanigans left to come potentially.
Absolutely. They both each have 2 palaces left. Palaces 6 and 2 are basically free. Palaces 1 and 5 are both slogs. Unfortunately, P5 is just in general longer than P1. Although I think Aaron saw every single room of that one.
Yeah, there's an emerging meta that some rebellious players are adopting, we'll say, and it's to go left in the larger palaces. And so Guma was actually down a left path for jkoper, if I'm remembering correctly. And so we'll see if Aaron takes that same chance with a Guma. If he does it in 6, it's the wrong play. If he does it in 5, it could pay out here.
Yeah, I don't remember where Guma was, I'll be honest, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly either. It's a little bit in, but at some point there was a left that I did see jkoper take, and it goes right to Guma's room. How deep that is, though, not entirely sure. Oh, yeah, I forgot all these keys in the drop pool here. Seeing 2 on Aaron's side here, replenishing his supply.
That is nice, which helps with the fairy situation. It doesn't save him from his thunder problem. What is 2370 for them both? Magic 6?
Yeah, could be. Seems a little cheap for attack 6, maybe, but it also could be a low attack 6.
Yeah. Yeah, currently this race is very close between our runners. It's going to come down to GP and whether or not Aaron can cast Thunder right now is the primary concern, as we still don't know.
Yeah, also I'd like to...
Because he will get Magic 6 before either from P5 or P6, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of... does Magic 6 bring it down enough to cast it or not?
Yeah, and again, if you're prioritizing magic levels, even if 6 isn't enough, and then he maybe tries to power level up a 7, you're kind of giving up your attack levels for that as well, and then it's how strong are you in GP with a Thunderbird fight at attack 5?
Yeah, for sure. Cobra's seeing an open air room. He's almost done with P1 here.
I also want to point out that if this race is close enough at the end, they're actually going to do a tiebreaker in a DWR seed. So,
is there a challenge bracket? Not at the moment, top file. This is 5 rounds of Swiss, so the results just get posted in the Z2R Discord.
I think Coper's going to go the right way. He should have a life in reserve here, so he's not going to spend as much time in 1. He's going to get through here, Seahorse Head's room, take the death. Oh, never, or just get the jar. Just get the jar off the large enemy. No big deal. You know, it's funny, though. I think Aaron is going to recognize the item room in P6, so if that is the magic container, that might actually bail him out. That was right there at the front of P6, and jkoper did not check that. He might just not recognize it because it is a community item room, a non-vanilla room, that is.
Yeah, we'll see once Aaron gets there. He still has to find Gooba here, and I've got no clue where that is.
Oh, a key on the crumble bridge. He wants it, but he can't go back and get it.
No.
I mean, he could, but it would cost him a fairy cast.
Alright, Cobra down with P5. He's gonna go back to Maze Island, well, after a bit of a detour to... Well, he might take the cave to Maze Island. And, I don't remember... Yeah, I feel like Aaron might be going the wrong way, but I'm not sure. And Cobra taking the bridge tile.
Yeah, this is going to be ultra free for Coper. Just the nature of P2 being Helmet Head being on the first elevator. He's just looking for a path to the river here. And then he's going to be in the GP, and we'll see what GP has in store.
Yeah. Oh, I remember this room there for from Cobra's side.
Yeah.
Aaron deciding to reset it. I know Cooper was in here. I don't remember if this was the right way. I want to say it is, but I honestly don't remember.
No, this is just a dead end with a P bag that I messed up reporting Cooper's leveling strategy.
Ah, yes, that. Thank you. Cooper with Magic 6 now, and I'm gonna take attack 6 after that, most likely. Gonna try and take a look at his menu as Aaron trying and failing to get that P bag.
It's funny that, yeah, both of them wanted the P bag at the end of this. Aaron a little over 500 points away, so he could level. I don't remember how big that bag was.
I don't remember either, I'll be honest with you. But, okay, does get the jump this time. Chat says it was 100 bag. Ouch.
Yeah, what helped Coper in this room was he also got 2 other P bag drops, I think, in addition to that end bag, so he was able to just get all the experience he wanted.
Yeah. So Aaron walking it back out of this room. Thunder is still 67 at Magic 6. That is bad news for Aaron. That's how bad for Coper's menu is that Thunder is still 67. And 20-point Magos I don't think are quite worth it, Aaron. Oh, the blue iron knuckles. Ooh. And I think that's a game over. Or not quite. Okay. Forgot he had 1 more life. These are 70 apiece for the iron knuckles. Needs to not die, though, would be the bigger problem.
Yeah, you really can't. I mean, when the blue iron knuckle's thrown at you, you really just have to sit there and wait till he's done being aggroed. Otherwise, you just continue to body damage like this. I think he wants to just try to force this level, but he's slowly being whittled down in his own life here.
Yeah, that's a painful update for Aaron, trying and just couldn't get that level. And 52.54 GP for Coper.
Yeah, so this glove block here at the start of P5 is going to lead, going left, is going to lead Aaron to Guma's room. I do remember this room for jkoper.
Okay. Those have to use up a cast of fairy to get through here.
Okay, well, I don't think we had it left there. I think that was just into that emoji room right off the bat here in GP, but here we've got a junction here.
There's Guma for Aaron. Hope we're getting the fairy.
Oh boy.
And an Aeon drop.
The drop is potentially worth it at this stage of the palace. So early on, there's no drop rooms behind you, but, or, you know what, just check the right side and it's Thunderbird.
Never mind.
Drop not worth it, confirmed. I was going to say, it could just drop, it could drop you to a segmented section of the Great Palace, which is the correct answer. It could drop you somewhere else because you did see that junction at that point. So it would have dropped us somewhere along that other junction, wherever that lie.
Yep. Guma down for Aaron.
Yeah, so the resource management, probably not that big of a deal, seeing as Thunderbird is 3 rooms into the palace. Aaron just needs to get a castable Thunder spell. Okay.
And where's Aaron going?
Good old King Bot hiding in the waffle.
And Aaron getting the news that Thunder is still not castable. Womp womp. This is just kind of unfortunate for Aaron, that Thunder is not castable, which it doesn't have to be. And isn't for him, but he's already behind to begin with, but he is losing extra time too. He's trying to get that level earlier, and he's losing time too. I think he's trying to hunt for Ruta right now, which I'm really not sure where it is. It is not next to Jump Cave, like Chad suggested earlier.
Yeah, I think he's going to gamble on Fire being
We don't know
possibly
where that trophy
Thunder.
is, and trophy
Yeah.
is not of. And trophy, he would have to dig for trophy at this point. I can kind of get his reluctance to not dig at one of the palaces or DM. Unfortunately, we know that Hammer Cave is right there and has a magic jar in it.
Yeah, jkoper taking kind of a bad death in this room that he's in. It's an elevator down. This could be our Darklink. There's nothing that dictates that Darklink has to be super deep into the palace beyond Thunderbird or anything like that.
Yep. Has he seen P6? Yes, Vaughn. He's seen P6. It's right next to Star.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of funny because the item room, he doesn't know this, but the item room is literally the first room into the palace, and so I'm very curious as to what that item is, because if it's a magic container, that just sets him up. I guess we'll find out here in a moment if he recognizes the room.
Yep. And he is continuing, so he is going to go get this item, whatever it might be. And
Oh,
it is
no.
the any key, which is not, unfortunately, it at this stage. It would have been nice a while ago, which actually would have been funny if I had dug P6 way earlier. That would have
Yeah.
been a nice find.
Yeah,
But at this
no
point in
kidding.
the seed, it's useless.
That's yeah. Just right there sitting for free.
Absolutely free. They could have had that super early. I get why they didn't, but it is a bit of an oof.
Okay, so I once again missed a junction somewhere after Thunderbird because jkoper just hit a dead end, so he's gonna walk it back.
Yep. So this is Barba, and this will be attack 6 for Aaron, and then he has to figure out what he wants to do about magic jars. He's seen both items out of the Maze Island. He's seen all the older overworld items on the east. I don't know if Spell is castable right now. If it is, that's an option for him to check. Otherwise, it's go to Palaces or DM, I think, are his choices for this magic jar.
Yeah, there's an emergency evasive maneuver you could make, is that you let this 3300 ride into Magic 7. You go kill... he knows that Fairy Cave has 450 experience at the bottom of it. You just keep resetting Fairy Cave, and you try to power level Magic 7, and just pray that that Thunder comes down. That's a play that could happen here.
It is a play, I just don't know if it's worth it. And Koper, I think, is just quite a bit ahead in general at this point, but yeah, I'm trying to see how Aaron could get that could get enough magic.
Oh wow, it's only 3470. I would have
gone for it too, actually. Yeah, that 170 is easy to get. But it does take the attack level and is going to head... Well, he has to head back south at this point, because that's where he gets to anywhere.
Yeah, like you say, might be a spell tower check at this point. I didn't catch the cost of spell, but Magic 6, 64 magic should be that or less, but doesn't have to be.
Nope, chat having a bit of a disagreement on that point, actually. Yeah. On the other side, we are still looking for Darkling for Koper. He's gotten stuck in a spicy chicken sandwich a bit there.
Very nice. Another friendly
King Bot. But this looks like going for Spell Tower for Aaron.
I think Koper is on his last life here as well, so maybe he has one more in reserve. He's definitely taken a death.
Well, magic containers, Alan. We know one is in Hammer Cave right next to the connector. The other three are who knows, as yeah, that's Darkling for Koper.
One more hit. Dark Trogdor. Very nimble.
And that is GG's here to Koper. Gonna take his first win here in the first round of Swiss. And the official race time.gg time of 1:01:01.
Oh wow. Yeah, what a finish time. Well, here's Spell Tower. Drum roll. It is in fact not a magic container, but we will see if Aaron's gonna keep going here. I think he wants to know if there's a magic container here nearby.
I mean, it might be right by start. Because this is our final item cave, as expected.
Do we have a vanilla magic container in Magic Container Cave? No.
No.
So
yeah,
what is
Aaron
that?
has decided. I quit. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what does that mean? That means Spec Rock, P1 was medicine.
Houses 2, 3, 4, and 6 are outstanding.
Well, 6 was the magic key.
All right. So houses 2, 3, 4, Spec Rock, and Nukasudo are outstanding item checks.
Very interesting.
And,
I was going to say GG, jkoper, yeah.
GG.
Thank you. I'm not sure if Aaron's coming in. Prefer to.
He was doing a little research before. Yeah, I don't know if he's coming in either. Like at the end of it, but he did a little research after you were finished. Would you believe that your Hammer Cave magic container is what? Not necessarily won you the race, but allowed you to just keep trucking forward because it allowed you to have a castable Thunder.
Right. That's interesting. So did he have 6 crystals placed before me or anything like that? Or
no, you started diving palaces 4 to 5 minutes before he did. You were to the east a little bit earlier, to the boots a little bit earlier, and just overall kind of move through things. The palaces are pretty free, right? I mean, you went to 3 first, 4 next. Those are completely free. 2 was completely free. 6 was completely free. And what was it? 1 and 5 were kind of a troll a little bit. And
yeah, I think 1 you had to take like 2 lefts, and then 5 you had to take a left at start, and then it was free from there.
Yeah, something like that. As we are joined by Aaron as well. GG.
Hey, GG, jkoper.
GG.
yeah, we were just discussing the magic container issue here. Very interesting. The cave off of the maze that went to DM, the cave that was closest to that connection was Hammer Cave, and jkoper walked into it very early on and just thought to dig it, and it was a magic container. So jkoper did have 5 magic containers, and Aaron, you were still looking around for a 5th one somewhere. Hammer out of Spell Tower into Magic Container Cave on the west was just a heart container. So wow, those magic containers were sure hiding today, and you needed one to have a Castle of Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when I saw jkoper finish, I was pretty much like, all right, well, let's see if we can actually find the magic container. But I don't know. I almost thought about delaying the last level to Magic 7 to see if it would matter, but Thunder is a little finicky, and I don't expect it to really go down when it's already like half price, basically.
Yeah, it might go down at 8 maybe, but you're right. It doesn't usually go down when it's gets in that 60 to 70 range.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of just likes to hang out there. Every once in a while, you get to 6, 7, and 8 can drop it pretty low, but again, you play enough seeds and you kind of realize that it does. If it starts low, it generally just kind of hangs out there for the remainder of the seed. But we did make a comment because it was 3,300 for what was it, Attack 6, and 3,470 for Magic 7, and we're like, oh, just let it ride. But grabbed Attack 6 and then attempted to try to find a magic container, which unfortunately those other 3 were hiding somewhere today. We don't know where.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we're short a trophy. I think we're missing 1 heart container. No, we have salt hearts. So we're missing a trophy, some junk item, and 3 magic jars in the item pool left.
Yeah.
Across 5 item checks.
Speaking of the trophy, I never even found that Rudo.
We're not
Yeah.
sure where it is either, to be honest. Chat thought they saw it, but I don't remember seeing it.
Rudo was you had to go through the cave that was through Saria, the Saria connector, and then you had to have boots to walk through it.
Oh, it is up there after all? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I almost ended up over there because I forgot where P6 was, and then I remembered right about when I got to that cave. I'm like, oh wait, it's right next to start.
Ah.
Yeah, one other thing is that P6, the first room was the item room, and nobody dug P6 early. And jkoper, even when he went in there, you didn't. It's kind of a claustrophobic elevator is the way I like to describe it, and that is the item room. And it was the magic key, and that would have solved a lot of issues with the ferry cost early on had anyone just dug P6 early and checked that first room to the left. I mean, it was completely free as well. Not that anyone would go into P6 to gamble to find the item, but had anyone just wanted to check the first room for the hell of it, they would have ended up with the magic key for this one.
So basically a 3-room P6 to get both the item and the boss.
Yeah. Quite the set of palace layouts today.
Yeah, most of the palaces were pretty free. Like I think I lost a ton of time in P5 going the wrong direction, but
both you and Cobra spent a while in there.
And P1 was pretty much every possible room, but other than that, everything went really quick.
Yeah, P5 for both of you was probably about the same. What was interesting is that Coper, you did this first. There was that dead end room with the little Goomba that was throwing his whatever he throws across the lava pit that you had to jump over, and you just misidentified the room. It does end up being a dead end, but you ferry to the end, and you're just like, okay,
no question about misidentifying. I don't know that room.
Okay.
So
yeah, but you saw the P bag, and you're so close to this level, you're like, okay, let me try to get this level. So instead of getting the life level, you did convert it into a magic level at that point. It did bring your fairy cost finally down to 31 at that point, down from 48. Aaron, you saw the same room and did the same thing and went to go get the P back at the end there and try to get a level, it looked like. But you had to back out of there, and then there were blue iron knuckles and bad things happened. But it was so interesting to see that you both wanted to dig that room just for that P back at the end. Just whatever, just the way it all worked out. It was just interesting the way that it played out. But for 5 overall, I think you both had a very similar P5 where eventually you found enough of nothing in one direction. You're like, I'm just going to up an 8 and I'm going to take this first left. And it was, just 3 rooms to Guma there going left. But one, Aaron, you needed to take a death at some point. There were the doors in the way, ferry cost and whatnot. jkoper did end up having a slightly faster one, but everything else was free. Everything else, no one took any weird turns. So palaces, everything other than 5 and 1 were for free for both of you.
Yeah, that one key door that I couldn't get through. I was like, okay, so do I sit here for a minute getting hit by the tin cap guy, or do I just go the other direction?
Yeah.
And then the other direction had a key, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess it probably still would have been faster for me to just die to that guy. But I think I ended up really tight on lives in there anyway, because I kept having to die for fairy casts. P1 was weirdly difficult.
It was a pretty long P1 as P1s go. Yeah, I think you saw every. You're pretty sure you saw every room in there for both of you there.
Other than that, it seemed pretty straightforward. A little, maybe a little convoluted on the west at first. It seemed to be kind of a twisty path through that vanilla-like western biome, sort of mountain ranges, kind of blocking some of the areas in a odd way. But like you say, not even really getting a chance to get to Rudo. We were hoping for chat, and us in the booth were kind of hoping for something to be stuck there behind the trophy. But alas, pretty free once you got, I guess, River Devil required in this one. Needed that flute to get through the River Devil on the east to get to the boots, which then opened everything else up. But from there, no one really got tripped up on anything, I'd say. Maybe the time that you lost Aaron overall might have been digging the second item on the maze, just for the candle there, whereas eventually there was a hint that maze had a candle, and I think jkoper, you had seen the first P bag drop, and you didn't need that second item then. You didn't need any of that at that point anyway.
No, I didn't see either of the item drops on maze. But when I was deciding where I should go and things like that, I had already seen the hint for the candle on the maze, and so I was like, that's a lot of time looking for things just to find one item.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I think you were just you were about to be in sunken P-bag cave shortly anyway with the glove in it. So
yeah, I mean there wasn't a whole lot of item searching at all. Like I had the 5th container already, like you said. So yeah. One thing I want to point out that was kind of silly. It's like after I up an aid from GP, like I went to P6 and I'm like, man, a fairy is still 48 and I can cast it once and I'm going to go into 6 like this, and it's probably going to be a huge mess. So I was like, I'll just put this off. And then I walked to like the next palace that made sense. It's like 1 doesn't really make sense because I know that there's nothing helpful in there. I can get jump if I go through 1, I guess. So, I'll just not do that. But then I went to 5 instead. And I'm like, well, this has just been a really silly sequence. Like if I was going to go into 5, I should have just gone into 6 to begin with. So, yeah. But at least I got the magic level out of 5. And, yeah. Also, life effectiveness was really bad in this seed for pretty much the whole thing. At least for the, strong attacks.
Yeah, I think we made a mention of that as well, about the life effectiveness. I do want to say that it's funny that you mentioned this, the 6 passing 1 going to 5. Star and I were a little confused on that. We're like, okay, wait, he's going to 5 out of all these. He's got 1, he's got 6 right next to start. He's going to 5. And so it's funny that when you explain it like that, you're like, I probably maybe should have just done something else before 5, but here we are.
Yeah, I don't regret going into either 6 or 5 before 1. And it turns out I think that benefited me in the end. But yeah. Also, I got that 1 up going into 5, which made me feel a little more confident going into there.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but might as well. Had I not gotten that one up, maybe I would have been a little more hesitant. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say. So I never found last item in the west. I don't know if it was behind the hammer.
It was hammer blocked by start, and it was a heart container. Aaron got that right at the end, and then yeah.
Okay, where was the hammer at?
Hammer was in Spell Tower.
Okay, yeah. So I could have easily had that had I just done things in a different order or something. But
yeah, I think you finished right as I went to New Kasuto because I cleared all the palaces, but with only the 4 heart containers, and spell finally went down at 6 to be able to be cast with 4 heart, or excuse me, 4 magic containers. So I figured that was the most logical place to go next, and I saw it was the hammer, and you'd already finished. I'm like, well, let's try this, and if it's something, I might keep going, and if it's not, and of course it wasn't. So
yeah, so you didn't go to Spectacle Rock then, obviously.
no, I guess that would have made sense too, but I wasn't going to draw this out too long if it wasn't right near the end.
Right. I certainly don't blame you. There's not a whole lot of motivation to do all of that. So
I was happy that the life spell was actually useful. Like, I think I was on a streak of 4 or 5 seeds where the life spell gave 1 heart. And I don't know how much it gave because every time I cast it, it gave me all my hit points back.
Yeah, I think it was 5. It was a lot. But like I said, life effectiveness, the defense was really terrible. So kind of needed it. Like I was getting one shot from like 3 containers left, even in Great Palace at the end, I think, and could only take 1 kit from Guma before having to cast life, even at 7 hearts. So, yeah, it was mildly rough, but having an effective life spell makes a big difference, and everything else in the seed was easy enough that it didn't really matter. And I don't think there was anything in GP that was really too difficult as far as the enemy setup or anything. Just had to go through some spicy chickens, but they weren't too evilly placed or anything like that.
Yeah, there was a bit of dancing. There was that dancing you were doing, surrounded by spicy chickens in that one room. That was called that out. It's pretty nice dancing. It was just seemingly just barely missing getting hit there, and then King Bot trolling you on the next platform. But still, like you say, there wasn't too much going on. We were a little concerned about the Thunder cost and the low magic. Of course, Thunderbird being 3 rooms in, not that big of a deal. And then from there, I think there was just one junction. You ended up taking the wrong way, hitting a dead end, walking it back, going the other way, and it ended up leading to Darklink.
Yeah, I felt somewhat fortunate to find Thunderbird when I did. I was considering taking the Eon drop after the discussion earlier today. But I'm like, I'm going to check the next room at the very least before I take this drop. And then Thunderbird was there. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not taking that drop. So, yeah. Yeah, but I felt like there were maybe a couple forks before the Eon drop and Thunderbird, so it seemed like there was a good chance that there wouldn't be a whole lot after Thunderbird, and there really wasn't that much. I just went through 5 to 10 rooms in the wrong direction and had to back it up. Of course, I wasn't going to take the left immediately. I didn't feel that behind or anything like that. So. But yeah, maybe if Aaron had checked that cave, I imagine he didn't check any cave in Death Mountain at all. Like,
nope.
I certainly didn't expect that to be Hammer Cave. I was just like, I'm just gonna go check this one cave because it's so close, and then there it was. So, yeah, that's pretty darn lucky in retrospect. But though, what can you do? Just play the seed as it comes to you, I guess. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't going to say anything too fun, but thanks so much for putting put it on the restream as always. And GG, Aaron. Maybe we'll be doing this again sometime. I don't know. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how this plays out with the stacked field we've got. Should be fun.
GG's.
Yeah, GG. And thanks again, everyone at ZSR, for helping out. And Mirai.
And Mirai. You're welcome, Aaron. Anyway, yeah, opening day is here. This is the first of 3 scheduled races today, and I'm sure Star can tell us all about those.
Yeah, or VT.
Or VT. Or VT. Hey,
yeah,
VT.
me over here. Again, give our runners aaron2u2 and jkoper a follow. Also show some love to our tracker running her first game, Sheep. Did an excellent job on tracking. And to our commentators, Star and Mirai. Of course, stay tuned to ZSR as we'll try to have more from the Z2R Standard Tournament, as well as races from the Majora's Mask Randomizer, Windraker Randomizer, and Twilight Princess Randomizer tournaments. So next up, I'm going to send you over to Orkle Dorkle, who's doing a Zelda 2 All Keys run practice. So go on and cheer them on. And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.